This epsilon is nothing but root over 250 by Fy. Fy is 250, right? So what will be the epsilon value? Root over 1 equals to 1. So 9.4 epsilon into 9.4, 42 epsilon into 42. So if the ratio B by TF value is less than 9.4 and if D by TW value is less than 42, then the section is considered classified as plastic. Okay. So please go through that code book. And next step 3, shear capacity of section. As I told you, we can actually skip this section, but as for your knowledge I'm going to solve this problem. Okay, I mean solve this step also. But when the question is asked for you a short for a smaller amount of marks, I mean for something like 10 or 8 marks, okay, this problem you can skip this, but you have to mention that you have to write a statement that. So now you know the shear capacity is Vd and Vd is given by this expression for Z and this for Y, and substitute those values and you got 160.18 kilonewton is the shear strength of this section which I have chose. ఏదైతే సెక్షన్ నేను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నానో దానికి జెడ్ అబౌట్ జెడ్ ఇన్ ది జెడ్ డైరెక్షన్ దిస్ ఈస్ ది వాల్యూ. సో నౌ in the y direction this. Okay, so now the shear strength of the member selected a VD ఏదైతే వాల్యూ ఉందో that should be greater than the shear force due to load. That is VDZ should be greater than VZ, which we calculated in the step 2 or 3, and this is of course 2, and this VDY should be greater than VY. Okay, the shear strength of the section should be greater than whatever the shear force coming due to load on that section, isn't it? So since the condition is satisfied, it is safe against shear. And now calculate the moment carrying capacity MD. So these are the expressions. Of course, these expressions look similar, right? The only thing that varies is, since this is a biaxial case, you have to always find out about Z and about Y, okay, all the time. So MDY and MDZ. So put those values here. You get 48 kilonewton meter is the moment carrying capacity or capability of the member. That is the maximum load that it can, I mean, that is the maximum moment that it can resist about Z. Okay. So now this value should be less than this value 1.2 ZEZ Fy by gamma m naught, and it is 49.55. Of course this is 48, so condition satisfied. But remember, MDZ should be always greater than MZ, movement due to loads వల్ల వస్తున్న మూమెంట్ కానీ ఎప్పుడు కూడా స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఆఫ్ ది సెక్షన్ ఇన్ బెండింగ్ షుడ్ బి గ్రేటర్, ఇజంట్ ఇట్? అండ్ అట్లానే MDY should be greater than MY. Okay, see here, since ZP by ZE is greater than 1.2, you can just find out, okay, we know what is the value of ZPY and ZEY, and it is going to be greater than 1.2. Therefore, you can replace 1.2 with gamma F, which is equals to 1.5. Okay, in this case, see. Okay, MDY value, substitute that, you get 12.8 kilonewton per meter, meter, and which is greater than My. Okay, My value is very much less, and you know this value should be less than or equals to, but of course it is not satisfying. As I told you, that's not compulsory, but MDY should be greater than My. That has to be. Yes, it is satisfying that case, so it is safe. Now the overall member strength has to be checked. So as I told you, we need to check the strength of the member in local failure by crippling and buckling locally. So if this below condition is satisfied, then you can say that this particular section is safe against local failure. So MZ, MDZ, MY, MDY. So mz అంటే ఏంటి? That is the movement due to load about z axis, and mdz అంటే that is the strength of the section about z axis, and mdy about y direction, about y axis, and on calculation it is 0.75, which is less than 1, and therefore the overall strength of the member is satisfactory. Okay, now check for the deflection. See, when a simply supported beam is carrying a UDL over a span of L, then the deflection due to that load is 5 by 384 into WL power 4 by EI. E is 2 into 10 to the power of 5, you know that. And the deflection, guys. So, deflection vachesarki, you have to put Z here in case of IZ, because that is the load. Load W is greater, WZ is greater, right? So, that value has to be substituted here. Okay, we are not considering the wind loads, and we are considering this only dead load and live load in that particular case. And when we are calculating the loads, you have to take care that you are calculating the unfactored loads. As you can see here, this 0.282 and 3.76 are the live load and dead load before multiplying with 1.2 factored load. As factored load convert avvakamundara. So whenever you find out the deflection, whenever you wanted to calculate the deflection, you always have to use the service loads only. Okay, so that is live load and dead load in Z direction on Z plane into L power 4 length of the purlin, and I, and this IZ, which is given in the question. As you can see here, IZ is equals to 1830 into 10 to the power of 4 mm power 4, and you are going to get a deflection of 3.42 mm. So this is the deflection due to load. But what is the maximum allowable load according to the code? L by 180, which is 22.22. So the deflection is very much smaller, so just it is safe. Okay, for this limit, you have to check table 6 of IS 800. And now let us check for wind suction. And this step is only adopted when wind load is also given. If there is no wind load given in the question that is acting on the structure, you no need to do this step. Okay, you can just skip this. So when wind blows onto a structure, the roof experiences negative or a suction pressure. As purlin is a part of the roof system of a roof truss, it should have sufficient amount of strength to counter the buckling effect of the purlin on the purlin. So factored wind load should be calculated again, but in this case you also have to calculate the dead load which is acting downward. Okay, so you know this wind load is -1 because it is a suction, and this factor of safety is 1.5. Okay, so in order to calculate this WZ, you are considering the wind and dead load. So the factor is 1.5 for wind and 0.9 for dead load. Wind load acts upward and dead load acts downward, in the Z direction. Okay, this is how it is going to act. This dead load, this is roof, and in this direction wind is going to act. That's it. So use that sign suction, so you will get the net load. And in y direction also, but here while calculating Wy, you only consider only the dead load of the structure. 0.9 తోనే ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే 1.5 into 0 అవుతుంది. విండ్ లోడ్ 0 కదా along the roof perpendicular to y plane. Okay, so that is 0. Therefore you get 0.0927. So now you have to follow the same procedure that you have followed in the previous step for the purlin in the wind suction also. Okay, So we need to find out here the value of mdz, and you have to check whether mdz value is greater than mz or not. It should be mdz greater than mz. If not, it is going to fail. The purlin is going to fail because of the wind suction. Of course, this condition would be satisfied in the most of the cases. Okay, so here the top flange of this section is restrained to the roofing. The bottom flange can be in compression and laterally unsupported. There is a chance of lateral torsional buckling, isn't it right? See, this is a member. Okay, here roofing sheets are going to be there. Okay, purlin మీద roof ఏదైతే షీట్స్ ఉంటాయో దే ఆర్ ఫిక్స్ టు ఇట్. సో టాప్ ఫ్లేంజ్ ఈజ్ ఫిక్స్డ్, బట్ బాటమ్ ఫ్లేంజ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఫిక్స్డ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ laterally unsupported. So there is a chance of torsional buckling in case of laterally unsupported case. We have seen this in our previous unit. Okay, so we need to find out the buckling resistance of this section, that is mdz about x axis. No need to calculate about y axis as it is restrained in z plane by the roofing. Roofing ఏమో z plane లో పట్టేసుకుని ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇది z plane, right? This is the z plane. In the z plane the roofing is there. Z axis is parallel to the roof. Okay, z plane is parallel to the roof, so it is restrained. So you only can calculate mdz. Mdy is not necessary. So mdz is equals to zp fbd. We have seen the calculation of mdz for a laterally unsupported beam in the previous unit. Let me give you a brief explanation of this procedure of calculating mdz. So let us first calculate moment due to wind loads. We have calculated what is the loads wz and wy, right? How much is it? 1.246, 0.0927. So calculate the moment due to that mz and my. Okay, this is just because of wind load, and mdz should be greater than mz. How much is it? 2.45. 2.45 కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి mdz వాల్యూ. సో టార్షనల్ బక్లింగ్, ఇప్పుడు ఈ mdz కావాలి అంటే నాకేం కావాలి? fbd కావాలి. fbd కావాలి అంటే mcr క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి. దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ వే ఆఫ్ ఫైండింగ్ అవుట్. ఆర్ mdz క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి అంటే fbd కావాలి, fdb కావాలి అంటే fcr కావాలి. So I can go anyway. This is 1 and this is 2. 1 or 2. Okay, in this first case, let me go through 1, and in the second case, let me go to the second one. Okay, you get used to both the cases. Okay, mdz ని ఏ విధంగా అయినా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ ఈ ఫస్ట్ కేసులో mcr క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి దాని నుంచి fbd క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి దాని నుంచి mdz క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం. సో mcr is given as this from code, and it is torsional constant, that is sigma b I tiq by 3. And of course you are used to this equation from the previous unit, so I'm not going in detail. So on calculation you get this value 88,346.7 mm per 4, and IW is the wrapping constant 1 minus beta f I by hf square. So hf అంటే ఏంటి అంటే C section కదండి, ఛానల్ సెక్షన్. సో టాప్ ఫ్లేంజ్ సెంటర్ నుంచి బాటమ్ ఫ్లేంజ్ సెంటర్ వరకు ఉండదాన్ని హెచ్ఎఫ్. దీన్ని డి అంటాం. సో డి ఈజ్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ హెచ్ఎఫ్ అండ్ హెచ్. సో యూ కెన్ క్యాల్కులేట్ దట్. ఐవై అంటే మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇనర్షియా అబౌట్ వైఓ యాక్సిస్ విచ్ ఈస్ ఆబ్టైన్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ ది కోడ్ బుక్. సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ దట్. అండ్ బీటా ఎఫ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇనర్షియా ఆఫ్ సి హియర్. ఓకే, see here, this is going to be in compression, this is going to be in tension if torsional buckling is happening, or if it is going to be in compression and in tension. In whatever, this axis is going to divide this top portion and bottom portion into half. సో టాప్ ఫ్లేంజ్ ఎంతైతే ఉందో బాటమ్ ఫ్లేంజ్ కూడా అంతే ఉంది కాబట్టి టాప్ ఫ్లేంజ్ మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇనర్షియా కింద మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇనర్షియా ఒకటే. దీని మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇనర్షియాని ఐఎఫ్సి అంటాము. ఐఎఫ్ అంటే మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇనర్షియా ఆఫ్ ఫ్లేంజ్ ఇన్ కంప్రెషన్. దీన్ని ఐఎఫ్టి అందాం. ఓకే, సిన్స్ దే ఆర్ సేమ్. ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఏమవుతుందండి, ఐఎఫ్సి బై ఐఎఫ్సి ప్లస్ ఐఎఫ్టి ఏమవుతుందండి, దిస్ ఇస్ ఐఎఫ్సి డివైడెడ్ బై 2 times of IFC and రాయొచ్చు కదా. You can calculate 1/2, 0.5. Okay, that's simple. So beta F is 0.5. So substitute that, you get IW. So substitute all those values in MCR. Okay, what are the values? IW I calculated, IT I calculated. This is the effective length. This is simply supported. Therefore, K equals to 1, K into L is equals to L, that is 4000. And E is this, and I is Z, about Z. And as you substitute all those values here, you get MCR is equals to 38.09 kilonewton meter. Now I need to find out what is the value of FBD, right? See, actually my main objective is to find out MDZ, which is equals to FPZ into FBD. FBD is equals to GLT Fy by gamma m naught. So I need to find out what is this, and this value is given by this expression where phi LT, lambda LT are the unknowns. So I need to find out what is phi LT, gamma LT. And phi LT equals to beta B root over beta B ZP Fy by MCR. Here ZP is equals to ZPZ. Okay, Z, everything is Z here. Since we are considering about Z only, not Y. Okay, we are calculating MDZ. So everything Z. And MCR value, this value from the code, 250. Beta B is equals to 1. Beta B equals to 1 for plastic and semi-compact sections. It is a plastic, so beta B1. Substitute that, you get lambda LT. Now phi LT. Phi LT ante this is the expression. Alpha LT and lambda LT are the unknowns. And alpha LT is taken as 0.2. Okay. So on substitution, you get 0.544, which is less than 1. It should be less than 1. So put this value here, and upon calculation 123.7 Newton per mm square, and FBD value need to substitute just you get MDZ. What is MDZ value? 26.13. What is the MZ calculated here? 2.45. Let me show you that. Right, see here, 2.45. Don't worry about the negative symbol. 2.45. That's it. So it is safe. So section is safe against torsional buckling. No need to worry now. Okay. So in the next video, let us continue from here. That is case 2. Purlin with channel section with one sag rod at mid span.